It's me, Mario. Woohoo! Welcome to the official Nintendo podcast. Woohoo!
Hello and welcome to the 5th official Nintendo Magazine podcast. My name is Neil Long. I'm the editor and host of your podcast. I'm joined by Deputy Editor Fred Dutton.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Readers of listeners to official Nintendo Magazine's podcast.
Yes. Happy New Year.
And if you're a reader of the magazine, then that's doubly good, I suppose.
Yeah. Then you're a winner.
Yeah.
Also with us, news editor Simon Bramble.
Afternoon.
And games editor Christopher Scullion.
Evening, in case
Evening.
you might be listening a bit later in the afternoon.
All right. I think we've covered all the bases there.
Yep.
Good. Right. Podcast number 5. We're doing okay on iTunes. Over the Christmas period, we were sort of... I think we were pretty much number 1 in the games and hobbies chart for the last month. And in the overall charts, we were like up and down. I think we peaked pretty high.
I
top 20, something like
just
that.
after Christmas I checked it and we were up like past 30. We were in the 20s and then
It's
it
also
keeps going up and down quite a lot.
we've got loads of reviews and sort of 5 stars and a couple of 1-star ones.
Daily Telegraph?
I've written down what a couple of the 1-star reviews said. Papa Kidney gave us one. He gave us one.
He's automatically got no credibility.
He's given us 1 star and he said, short and sweet, this made me want to self-harm.
Go nuts, mate.
So thanks for that, Papa Kidney. Also, I'm not going to say that name because it might be offensive in some way. A fellow 1-star rater said, I found it good, but it lacked the comedy that it has in the books. I didn't.
He's got us confused with Lord of the Rings or something.
Yeah, I didn't.
That's quite funny, to be fair.
Comedy books. Is that what we're classed as? I thought it was a magazine.
We are in the comedy book section of what used to be Borders before it closed.
Well, there you go. So that gives you an idea of the level of intellect of the people who don't like our podcast.
Whereas everyone who gave us 5 stars are officially Mensa certified.
Pretty much,
a lot of them are quoting sort of Nietzsche and Chomsky and stuff in there as well.
That's right.
Reviews,
highbrow stuff. So everyone who has subscribed and rated our podcast 5 stars, thank you very much. Please do spread the word because we want to stay on top of that games and hobbies chart, and not only that, we want to get top 20 now that Chris Evans has come along.
Yeah, who does he
replace
think he is?
Wogan? Yeah, I mean, we could do better than that, right?
Yeah, well, we can do better than Wogan at least.
Well, yeah.
He's going to have one for him.
He's doing some quiz show now.
I saw an advert for it.
I think he's running scared, basically. He heard our podcast and just
I don't want to
forget it.
That. I don't want to do a podcast anymore.
Well, it's like having Wogan in the room. Amazing.
Hello, Terry. Hello.
Okay. If Wogan had been replaced by a...
Okay, first one of the show. Sorry. Okay. Okay, well, as ever, we're here on the internet or on your iPod. I always did that Irish thing. On your iPod. To talk about the new issue, which is out now, issue 52. Before we do that, we've got a very special guest who's not a human. He is, in fact...
Tony Logan.
I think a piece of a games handheld counts as a special guest, right?
It always counts.
It is.
Well.
You can. It's a DSi XL, and it's
quite a beast.
Massive. I've just turned it on, as you can hear. I don't know if that's too annoying.
That's okay.
It's quite soothing.
It is soothing. We could go to number 1 in the Chill Out podcast as well now.
Yeah, absolutely. It's quite a good background music, that.
Yeah, we should keep that on at all times.
I've been playing Spirit Tracks over the Christmas period on it, and I have to say that there's the size of the screens. When we did our unboxing video a few months ago, there were genuine gasps, weren't there? Like when we opened it up, everyone went like that at the screens, which was it just shows you how
it's weird. It's one of those things I've never seen on the internet or even in the magazine or anything, any sort of side-by-side visual photo, which makes you actually realise how much bigger. You have to see it in person before you realise.
We've actually got the. By the time you listen to this will all be announced. But we've got the UK launch details here. It's coming out on the 5th of March. It's going to come in wine red and dark brown variations, and it will also have preloaded. It will have Dr. Kawashima's Little Bit of Brain Training Arts Edition, and Dictionary 6-in-1 with camera function, as well as the DSI browser. I think that's a news bomb dropped.
Yeah, it is.
Even though by the time you listen to this, it'll be public knowledge.
Yeah. Well,
it's the first I heard of it, and I'm shell shocked.
We were there first, but we just didn't. Let people
in order
know
to embargoes and such. Anyway, so I've got it here. I'm gonna play around with it because obviously we can't really get across how big and lovely the screens are in a podcast. So I've recorded.
As Tommy's just wondering.
I've recorded some noises. Let's do this.
Well, that's disturbing.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? What about this one?
That's silent and stuff. That's.
What else have we got here? Sorry, this is scintillating podcast stuff. Right, let's do the horn thing.
It just sounds nothing like.
Failboat.
Yeah, anyway.
Point
made, I think. So that is the sound thing, the things you can do, which I think gets a bit overlooked, all that stuff.
Yeah, it does a bit.
It's pretty good, and you can sort of use it as an iPod as well by whacking an SD card in. It's one of those things that
I like the fact you can take
publicised all that well. Maybe.
I like the fact you can take sound recordings and then play them over music.
Yeah.
Like when we first got it in, I put Red Wine by UB40 for some reason on it, and then recorded the woman on the London Underground saying, "This is a Piccadilly line service," and played it over to make a sort of kind of jazz style.
Why?
Didn't that almost make it into the final cut for DJ Hero?
It almost did. It was, UB40 mixed with Transport for London. It was pretty good, pretty banging.
Pretty banging. And it's got all the... Can we do the camera noise?
Whoa.
Yeah, nice.
Whoa, yes.
I heard that.
That's incredible.
Good.
You should take a photo and then we'll put it on the website.
Yeah.
So it's like...
I should do that. I've switched it off now.
Oh,
sorry.
Fail block.
No more fun.
Okay.
So there you go. That is the DSi XL in sound form.
What's our one-word review of the DSi XL?
Big.
Big. If I was to sum it up in a noise, it would be...
Nice. It's one up. It's one size up.
So that's it's out on the 5th of March. Just to remind you, it's wine red or dark brown.
What would you go for that to now?
Well, we have a wine red one, so I'm quite interested in getting the other one now, just to
all about the brown.
Just to see what the other one's like.
I think the red wine one would be slightly better.
Red wine.
That's probably why I did UB40.
Yeah,
I think that was the thinking behind it.
Yeah.
You saw your DSi, your black DSi, well, it was white DSi, and you thought
the one that needs is a bit of red wine.
Yeah. And it comes with Kawashima's Little Bit of Brain Training Arts Editions, Dictionary 6-in-1 with camera function, and DSI browser. So snap it up. It's one of those things that I've been talking to Nintendo about it, and it's funny. It got a fairly mixed reaction when it was announced. I would say. I think that's fair to say, but I think they're right in that they're very keen to get it in people's hands, and then you go, oh right, because the standard internet reaction is, oh Nintendo,
gonna have to buy another one now.
Okay, yeah, for one, you don't have to buy another one.
Yeah,
it is optional.
Yeah, it's not like they're not, forcing you at gunpoint to buy a new one.
Yeah.
And second of all, seriously, once you get it in your hands, like the screens are incredibly impressive, and it sort of makes you want to go back to some sort of visually impressive games of the past.
Yeah.
Play it on your DSi XL and sort of compare and contrast. But yeah, enough of that.
I can understand people's frustrations about, okay, they've just bought a DSi and then another one comes out, but that's just the way everything happens. Everything improves, like Apple's iPhones and iPods improve every year. Tellies improve every year. There's like a million iPods
out there, isn't it?
It happens. It's like,
yeah.
The trick is deciding when to jump in and say, okay, I'm finally going to get one now. It's just one of these things.
Yeah.
I would say if you've got a light or a normal fat chunky DS, this is the time to
absolutely go
for it. I don't know if a DSi to DSi XL is a big enough leap, but with the amount of DSi wear that's out just now,
I've got a couple of notes here. Apparently, the XL screens are 93% bigger than on DS Lite.
You wonder why they didn't go for the big 100.
That's enormous, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's true. Make it a nice round 100.
Yeah, but still, that's nice. 93,
I had the 12%.
It just shows you that you really can't overestimate how large and lovely these screens are. Have I talked about this enough? I think so.
I heard that the screens are 12% bigger than Kent. I don't know if that's a fact, but I need to look into that. But
that is a fact.
Yeah,
it's a bit like when you get your hands on it and you open it up and turn it on. It's like that bit in Pulp Fiction when they open the briefcase and this giant beam of golden light shoots out of it.
It's just gasping in wonderment at it. So it'll blow your minds.
Yes.
Coming to you
Possibly.
on the 5th of March for a little bit more than a DSi. Moving on. O&M 52. So we got...
it's out on Friday, and it's good as ever.
It is. I think it'll be, I think it's out like now if you're listening to this on Friday. Yeah. That makes sense. It's got Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing on the cover.
I dispute whether they're all-stars.
Yeah,
really?
they're all stars. In my
I'd
heart,
say they were stars.
With the possible exception of II from Monkey Ball, who I've never liked.
Really?
Yeah.
I despise
him. I despise him. Hope he dies in a fire.
Strong words. Really, I have to say I'm a bit indifferent towards Alex Kidd.
Come on!
What's going on with those sideburns?
Oh no, you didn't.
I did. I went there. I think we all know our feelings towards Shadow. But let's just move on. Fred, you've played that. What do you think so far?
Well, I mean, it was first announced, and you just thought, why? What's wrong with Mario Kart? Why? There's no real need for this. So, not being a massive Sega fanboy like Mr. Scullion, I can't say that I was hugely excited about the prospect. But they brought it in, and we all had a go on it, and it was good fun.
Yeah,
handled really well. It looked quite nice.
The sign of an impactful game in our office is when other people gather
from
around.
Other mags and websites came in and joined in and
like that.
Yeah. I tell you what, the DS version is really good.
Yeah, that did look impressive. Yeah,
that really impressed me as well.
Yeah, so I mean, a worthy contender thus far.
It's got loads of tracks, lots of characters, not all of which have been revealed. I imagine there's a few more to come.
Yeah.
Is it better than Wheelspin?
Slightly. Well, I mean, it's still
about that.
Still preview stage, isn't it?
It's early days. It's early days.
Spoilers.
I say it's level pegging right there. But if you're into your Sega characters, and you've completely rinsed Mario Kart to death, and you need something new, then you could do a lot worse.
Yeah, I think it's shaping up quite nicely, and weirdly on our forums, there's a lot of Mario Kart hate out there.
Yeah.
Don't know why that is. Like a lot of Mario Kart we hate, which I think is pretty strong. I don't know why that exists, but
I think
if you're not a fan, if you were let down by Mario Kart Wii, then maybe Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing is for you. Who knows?
Maybe. Yeah. It reminded me
we've
more
got a
of,
couple of months till review code comes in,
yeah.
but at the moment, I think it looks really good.
Reminded me more of Mario Kart DS, the way the drifting works,
Yeah,
because you can do like snaking and stuff like that if you're good enough at it.
yeah.
But yeah,
All right, so that's one to look out for. In terms of reviews, we've got Tatsunoko versus Capcom, Chris.
yes,
Which I know you were very impressed by.
I thought it was amazing. I mean, I like fighting games in general, but and there's been a few decent ones on Wii, but they've sold like 3 copies each. Like
Smash Brothers,
no, but like
for example.
when they brought out like King of Fighters anthology and stuff like that just nobody bought, and Guilty Gear.
They've always been a bit.
Yeah.
Bit
Well,
rough.
It's
they're
pretty
good if you like.
niche, though, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, it's really niche.
I'm a big Street Fighter fan.
Yeah.
I tried out all those Art of Fighting and
Yeah,
Samurai Showdown
Yeah.
and various other 2D fighters
yeah,
when they all came out in one go. But I think basically Capcom have got it right, haven't they?
yeah. And this is
No, I
basically.
don't think anyone else has bettered what Capcom can do
Yeah.
with a 2D fighter.
I think it's they seem to know what it's like to like feel impact. Like when you hit someone in Street Fighter, it feels like you're hitting them.
Yeah.
Which is kind of hard to.
What have you just broken?
Oh, Fred's broken headphones.
I've just broken my headphones.
He was
That's
trying
coming out your wages.
He was trying for ages to try to listen to it, and then he just dropped it on the floor.
To be fair, they were held together with tape,
No. That's
but
Sorry,
best thing
Liam.
I've seen.
Liam's our podcast
wow.
man. He's in tears
He's
now.
seething.
there is
seething.
sobbing.
He's taking out a small
Sorry.
blade.
Yeah,
Put them back together, Fred. Before we got a casualty on our hands.
Get a small blade. Right. Okay.
All right, they're fixed now.
I think they'll pull through.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're okay. No.
I don't know.
Yep.
Maybe.
No. Yep.
Anyway,
No.
but yeah,
Tatsunoko.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
good.
Sorry.
No, it's
Tatsunoko
basically
versus
it's
Capcom.
anyone who's played like the old Marvel versus Capcom and stuff like that. It is essentially a new version of that, only in 3D. It's a kind of Street Fighter 4 engine, so it all looks nice and it's just great. It's really easy to learn some basic. I put a combo in the review. There's an example combo you can learn, and pretty much every character can use that.
Yeah.
A basic version of that, and it starts you off. And there's just it's really easy for beginners to get the hang of it, but it's so much hidden depth to it that it will take you months and months and months, especially now that it's got online play as well.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
So it's deceptively sort of deep and hardcore.
Yeah,
So sorry to use that for. I hate saying
But they're
hardcore.
both and like
That's really annoying.
but it's like it's the sort of thing that
and deep as well. You know,
Deep.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
deep.
It's deep, man.
Deep.
It's gonna make you reconsider your
Your
place in
life.
the world.
Yeah,
It's totally ludicrous as well.
it's going to make
Yeah.
you think, are we just all part of someone's dreams?
I've got a friend who seemingly only plays 2D fighters,
Hmm.
and all he does in them is dragon punches and fireballs, and
Scum.
will only ever play as Ryu.
He's your friend.
Yeah, I know. It's so irritating. But if you're not a moron like him, you can learn combos.
Can we get a name?
And his name is Nick Bowler. If you listen to this, Nick, that's directed squarely at you.
Big Nick Bowler.
Sounds like that bit out of Fight Club.
NB.
You know, they'll go. His name was Robert Paulson. His name was
His name is Nick Bowler.
yeah.
So you can learn combo. It's not as good. I've played Marvel vs. Capcom before
Yeah,
around Nick's house, and he's just gone. Yeah, all the moves are this, but that's basically because he only knows one set
one
of
set of
moves.
moves. Well, there's like full tutorials and training modes and stuff
Yeah.
where you can bring up command lists and stuff.
It's good. It's about time we had. Because
Yeah.
I'm a massive Street Fighter fan. It's about time we had something like that on Wii.
Yeah, well, there's not been a decent like Street Fighter-esque game on, not counting Virtual Console stuff, on a Nintendo system since like the SNES days.
Yeah.
So it's good to have like. a
Well, Street
decent-
Fighter, in terms of Street, it's got Ryu in there.
Yeah,
and
it's got
Chun-Li.
Chun-Li, and that's
Yeah.
about it.
Some
There's
guy
some
off
Street
of-
Fighter 3 guys
yeah,
and stuff like
but-
that. But it's good. It's got a nice mix of new like Capcom, like Beautiful Joe's good in it, Mega Man,
Yeah.
Roll and stuff like that, and Frank West obviously from Dead
No Scrooge
Rising.
McDuck.
No Scrooge McDuck,
Not this time.
unfortunately, from
Shame.
DuckTales. But I was hoping for a wee Chip and Dale cameo, but
Yeah.
nothing in there.
Darkwing Duck, possibly.
Shame.
I'm not too keen on that one.
That's a weird noise.
Good, yeah, good theme song, but
Any of the ducks. Next time, Capcom.
Any
right?
any
Yeah.
speaking ducks.
give
we're
us
happy with
ducks,
that.
Capcom.
Yeah.
Give me ducks or give me death.
I think that sums up Tatsunoko versus Capcom nicely. Give me
No, it's
ducks
good.
or give me death. So,
Yeah,
all right,
approved.
highly
Approved.
recommended. But
Yes,
you can read
absolutely.
more in the issue on sale now. Also, an issue on sale now, $3.99.
Shameless now.
10 posters with it as well.
Only 10?
Only 10. They're the 10 greatest posters I've
all
ever
time.
seen.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
It's better than that tennis one. The
and
tennis
one
player
of,
scratching
and
her
one of
backside.
Donkey Kong Country 3.
It's a good game.
There's some big Donkey Kong Country 3 fans out there.
Yeah,
now.
I'm all about it.
I
Donkey
know.
Kong
Well,
Country.
think of it as fan service.
Yeah, thanks.
Good.
I'll put it up on my wall. I'm going to put it on my front door.
Yeah. I'd like to see that.
I'll do it. I'll take a photo.
Good.
Oh.
Final Fantasy. What is it called? Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles: The Crystal Bearers.
Yes, that's right. Yeah,
Stupid name.
yeah. Two colons in that
That's-
title.
Yeah. Let's say no more about that. You've reviewed it as well,
Yeah.
Simon. What do you think of it? It's more action packed.
It is more action packed. Yeah, it's sort of it plays more like a third person shooter / action game than a RPG. I mean,
What sort of Zelda meets...
yeah, psyops or something like that, because he's got like a telekinetic power, so he uses his mind to hurl boxes and objects at enemies and stuff.
Slightly
so
reminiscent of Body Harvest at times, I thought, looking at you playing.
No, not at all. No,
not
that was a that was a duff joke. Shoehorn in there to try and rhyme it, wasn't it? But it's really. I could give you all the backstory and stuff, but frankly, I've got no idea.
Yeah.
There's been so many Final Fantasy offshoots now; it's kind of hard to keep up. But this one's basically set something like 500 years after the last Crystal Chronicles game, and you play a character who is the guardian of one of these special power-giving crystals, and it's sort of fused with him and stuff. So it's giving him all these weird powers. And so the game it's kind of like a mix of on-rail shooting sections through skies against dragons and stuff like that, and flat-out multi-enemy bashing. It's really good.
Multi-enemy bashing.
Yeah. There's that.
So I just like that phrase.
Words failed me there.
Was that Tuesday night in Glasgow?
Yeah. But I was expecting another sort of trawl through kind of hours of stats and modification and stuff like that, but it's actually quite a fast-paced,
fairly stat-free.
Yeah, refreshingly so, and it looks lovely as well. So it's a nice looking game.
It does look very impressive. Also in the issue on sale now, Ace Attorney, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've just finished it for review for the next issue, which is 53. It's more or less a take on. Obviously, this is the fifth Ace Attorney. Is it Attorney or Attorney? Attorney.
Depends
Dunno.
what sort
Attorney, I
of...
think.
Depends what's a
Depends where you come from in the country.
It's Attorney.
Attorney.
If you're Scottish.
lawyer. There's been a murder. It's basically, so it's the fifth game in that series, and instead of just doing the same thing, because the last four have basically been the same idea, they just stick a new case in and it's the same sort of system. They've kind of revamped it a bit, and it makes it a bit more fun because it's the same basic idea. Like it might look different. You might see the characters walking about now instead of like through Phoenix Wright's eyes. It's now Miles Edgeworth walking about, but it's the same basic principle. You talk to people, you try and prove contradictions in what they're saying and all this kind of stuff. So basically, fans of the previous games will still like this. It's not quite as funny as the last games were, but yeah, it's cool.
Do you need to be familiar with the series to...
No,
know
not
what's going
really.
on?
Not really. I mean, it helps because there's the odd like cameo appearance from other characters that were in previous games, but it's not like you're not going to be at a handicap if you've never played the other games. But I would still, I don't know. It's been nice to play at least. You should probably play at least one of the Phoenix Wright games first, just to get to grips with the basics. But
Have you ever watched the Ace Attorney operas?
they're amazing. Get on YouTube right away and
Awesome.
hunt those down. Yeah, because they're all female
All
musical
female cast, yeah,
group have
Yeah,
done
that's
the Phoenix Wright
dancing
musical.
and everything.
It looks amazing.
think you could do worse than start there as a.
Yeah, you
As an
watch that.
introduction to
Yeah,
the
go on
Watch
YouTube,
that, then
Yeah.
get the game.
search that, and then
No,
get
because the game wouldn't be quite as good, would it? And you'd be a bit
It wouldn't.
disappointed. To be honest.
yeah.
Yeah.
But what's this? Miles Edgeworth is a man. But no, it's good. They've added like a logic system where you do actually feel like you're
The
putting
stuff makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. Like in the other ones, it's like you kind of work out what's going on, but you've got to wait until Phoenix Wright works it out. So like you've got to kind of follow the path the game wants you to follow. Whereas now, when things happen, it all appears in this kind of logic screen where you can join things together, and it kind of you kind of feel like you're putting the pieces together instead of just waiting for someone to notice. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's alright.
All right. And
Also, I mean, on a side tangent, on Friday, the original Phoenix Wright is out on WiiWare.
Yeah, that's right. So by the time you hear this, you can get it on WiiWare for 1,000 points, and
It's
that's a
just
good place to start. That's probably the best.
Do we think it's a bit of a cheap move? What they've done is just put the DS game, original DS Phoenix Wright, up on WiiWare. So it's like playing
Yeah.
a DS game
Have
on
they?
your TV. They
More or
haven't
less.
rezzed it up or anything.
Yeah.
No, it is more
So
or
it's like
less
a
that.
grainy DS game on your TV,
Yeah.
which I just think
It's
make a bit
bit
more
It'd be a
effort,
lot-
Yeah.
guys. Come
It's
on.
cheaper though, isn't it?
It's cheaper, but
Well,
it's,
it's 1,000 points, so
yeah, it's about £9.
£9. I don't know.
It's like if you've never played the DS one, and maybe you don't have a DS and you've
It's
only
a
got a Wii or
good
something,
place
then
to
do it.
start.
Yeah, because it's a good game. But yeah, if you've got the DS one, don't bother
Yeah.
because it's identical,
All right.
and you
And-
can't shout in a speaker anymore and go objection. Like anyone never did that.
Yeah. There's a very high instance of looking like a nutter if you play DS games on public transport.
Yeah,
And you have to, especially with Spirit Tracks doing
Yeah.
doing the pan pipes.
You just look, but you could just make pretend that you're drying your nail varnish or something.
with a DS in your hands.
there's some things like that just can't be done on public transport just because of the general background noise.
Yeah, there's some sort of that doesn't pick up. It's like a sort of continuous.
Yeah, because there's some like the mini games in WarioWare Touched, where like we guys are crossing the bridge and you're not to make a noise. You just fail it instantly because the train's going.
Yeah.
Miserable.
Annoying. So the review of that is in next issue, right? The new
Yeah, it's in
X10.
53.
Okay.
Which I believe will also be priced $3.99.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
believe so.
Yep.
So bargain.
Probably be a good gift in there as well.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Well, definitely.
the
Yeah.
best.
Not
Not
probably. Definitely. Superb. Infinite Space, Simon.
Yeah, that's quite. I'm trying to figure out how. I've been sitting here trying to figure out how to box that up and describe it, but I can't. It's
It sounds incredibly complex.
it's no. Well, it's not. It's
No?
it's a mashup of interstellar role playing. So you've got these massive spaceships, and you customize them, and you battle other spaceships with them. But then you've also got this kind of weird interior design element. So you sort of you map out your ship, and you build entertainment rooms and relaxation quarters and kitchens and stuff. You have to
So it's
decide
like
where
changing rooms meets
you have to
Battlestar
decide where
Galactica
to put them
on
in
your
your ship.
DS.
So that-
Mass Effect meets The Sims.
yeah,
No.
kind of.
No, not at all.
But I mean, a little, just back up. This is from Platinum Games,
Platinum, yeah, so-
makers of Mad World.
So it's suitably off the wall,
Yeah.
which is great. But after all the sort of preparation and stuff, and sort of getting your optimum ship, and you get your crew in the right frame of mind, because you have to get them into a relaxed, kind of happy state for them to respond well to your commands and stuff. So once you've done that and you spent all this time preparing, then you go into actual battles, and it all seems a little bit kind of an anticlimax. You've got sort of three main controls. You've got like heavy attacks, medium and normal attacks, and that's kind of it really. So the fun part comes from making sure that your ship is tip top, and then
and
you've
looks
got-
feng shui inside.
yeah, and then you go into battles, and you hit these three commands, and then providing you've done your homework and stuff and your preparation, then the battles are all taken care of really. So it's not quite as I thought there were going to be more fireworks in terms of battles and stuff.
A slow burner.
It is a slow burner.
Yeah, we only got like sort of the first 3 hours of it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of hard to say, but
this is preview stage.
yeah,
Yeah.
very,
Not-
very much so.
Not even in the issue.
Very much so.
the word
on sale
is
now.
from across the seas that it becomes pretty awesome later on, but we don't know. We haven't seen
First impression is interesting,
but
not quite as stellar as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
So far.
okay.
Okay, and that's in the next issue, as
Yeah.
it is Silent Hill review. Chris,
Shattered memories.
Don't want to talk about what's in the next issue
Yeah.
too much, otherwise it'll ruin it for next time.
Sounds fair.
So we'll move on. In this issue, there is, in fact, a 6-page retrospective on Virtual Boy.
The Virtual Boy.
On the
The Virtual Boy.
Ultimate console.
Yeah, which is crazy. We've got one sitting on the next row of desks to us.
In case our listeners
our
aren't
office.
aware of the Virtual Boy, perhaps we should explain
not
what a Virtual
explained?
Boy is.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's a pair of infrared binoculars on a tripod, basically.
Yeah,
which fires electrons
fires Nintendo
straight
into your eyes. Yeah, it's an interesting machine, that's for sure. It's
Came out in 1990.
90. Hold on, was it saying this feature?
It was the 90s, late 90s.
Yeah,
It was a quasi-portable Nintendo console launched in the late 90s that nobody bought because it literally gave you an aneurysm as you played the games.
Yeah.
not literally.
Not literally.
It didn't kill anyone, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, let's make that clear.
I think we're making some statements basically incorrect there.
But yeah.
I had a nosebleed after playing it, but that might have been something, I don't know.
Is that why the screen's all red still?
I'm going to go on record and back the Virtual Boy.
Yeah,
I think it's
it's
hugely,
It's an
hugely
interesting
underrated.
thing to have a go on.
Yeah.
It's good for a quick go on, a quick blast. I wouldn't say it's possible to play it for a very long time, is it?
I don't know. I think
Passing out.
Without getting you, because it's quite uncomfortable to actually play.
I think Nintendo's released some garbage over the years, like Super Scope and stuff like that, which I really didn't like. But I would not put a Virtual Boy in that category. I genuinely like it.
Fair enough.
I would fight it to the death.
You don't like the
Fight it
Super
on.
Scope? That was
I didn't
awesome.
like a Super
No, that's
Scope.
great. You're wrong.
That was that was the absolute business.
That was a super sham.
I guess what the problem, obviously it didn't do very well.
Yeah.
Was that a combination of the fact that it gave you a massive headache and that there weren't really any AAA games for
Well, there
it?
was
I mean,
no-
there was
Yeah.
no real
Plus, there was no real
sort of
way to play it
tentpole game,
properly.
was there?
You
Like,
can't really eat while you're playing as well.
No,
Yeah.
exactly.
They claimed it was. They claimed it was.
Is that one of
portable.
the core
Yeah.
things you look
So I
for?
said,
in
wait a
console
minute.
Be able to
stuff?
shove pizza in your gob as you're playing games.
Someone
You
went
can't
into
do
the
that.
game shop to buy it, and like, oh wait a minute, can I have a pot noodle while I'm playing this? Like, well, no
No.
sale, shop keep.
I think that's probably the reason for its failure, I would say.
That's
Unable
just-
to eat.
Looking at the games that came out for it, Nesta's Funky Bowling.
I think that sounds amazing.
I don't know about
That's the
that.
best game title ever.
Nesta's Funky Bowling. How do you funk up bowling? Play music,
Careful
wear
what you say that.
flares. I definitely said funk.
Yeah, I think so too.
Wear some flares, do a little dance. I don't know.
Make a little love.
Telero boxer. That looks
Telero
pretty cool.
boxer.
Telero
Tiller-
boxer.
It's like
Telero boxer.
Ferrero Rocher. Telero
Space
boxer.
squash, wouldn't that be awful in zero, like a squash in zero gravity? That just wouldn't work.
There it
Yeah,
is.
so that's just irritating.
Look, we're making jokes here about the prime of gaming history.
I mean, there was 22 games released for it. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. 22 games, and of that stack of games, it was Virtual Boy Wario Land was pretty much the only one worth playing. Am I right? on that?
Yeah, there's maybe 3 or 4 genuine
Well, give
gems
me
in there.
2 or 3 more than Wario
Well,
Land.
you've got Wario Land. You've got. I'm trying to see the magazine without moving my face.
SD
Tel-
Gundam
Telero-
Dimension War.
Telero Boxer was good. VTS
But was it
good.
really good though?
Yeah.
What about,
Yeah, I'll try and go even.
what
Mario.
about golf? 3D golf must
Nah,
be pretty
nah.
cool, no?
Miserable.
Mario Clash. That must have been alright. What?
Miserable. No, I mean there was the decent ones. It was obviously the garbage far outweighed the good, and that's one of the main reasons it died. But I don't know. It's a shame because there's a box out in this feature talking about the games that never quite made it, and you kind of think if Star Fox and Mario Land and GoldenEye came out, then maybe it could have.
Oh, can you imagine
Things-
GoldenEye, the Virtual Boy?
But it's a shame it was going to be
3D Star Fox.
Yeah,
amazing.
That would have been.
Imagine that.
That would have blown my soul.
Yeah.
I think it's a case of just being a bit ahead of its time. I think it's quite funny that now they're talking about games being in 3D and the PS3 and all this is
just
going
sort of,
in 3D next
sort
year.
of what
and all
prompted
that,
us to do this.
Yeah.
Do this feature.
Look back.
Because of Avatar and all that. And
Yeah.
cinemas now. And 3D appears to be the future.
And the past.
Yeah, and the past if you put a couple of red screens in your console. Yeah, so it's an interesting little curio and a mad controller, which looks like a PlayStation
boomerang,
doesn't it?
crossed with a.
It's quite cool.
Surprisingly comfortable.
Yeah.
As well. I actually it's the most comfortable Nintendo controller ever created.
What better than the
Have that.
N64 controller?
Yep.
Whoa.
That annoyed me. In 64, the analog stick annoyed me.
Really?
When it got all quite.
I think that's a great controller.
It's a great controller, but you know, an analog stick used to get all gunky after a while.
It's true.
Is it the only
When you
Nintendo controller to have 2 D-pads?
Possibly.
Yeah, it must be. Yeah.
Possibly.
No, 'cause
I need
the
to
old,
check Game and Watches might have. But
I don't know.
I need to check that.
Yeah.
And we can read all
So,
about the Virtual Boy.
Read all about it.
Read all about
You
it.
go on eBay and buy one for like £400.
Yeah,
Yeah.
How much can you get one for?
Mine was 150, but that was probably that's if you're lucky you can get it for that.
Okay.
Because you bought it with some games. You pay more to get it with no games. 'Cause it's better value that way.
Possibly.
You don't have to subject yourself
Just
to the
let's
agony.
look at it.
It's good.
Just look at it.
Turn it on and off again, and go. I
Wow.
haven't got any games. Yeah, a worthwhile experience.
Yeah.
Also, within the issue that isn't sort of reviews and previews, the greatest DS games you've never heard of. Because
But a slight caveat there. You might have heard of some of them, but it was a catchy headline.
yeah,
good, yeah.
yeah. Again, prompted by just the sheer amount of DS games coming out, and that there's loads of sort of really obscure ones that are actually very good, but might not be to everyone's taste. I think
Well,
that's their
often-
problem, isn't it? They're kind of too niche. But
You
they're
look at
actually
the
very good.
box and read the title, and you just think, "There's no way I'm going to play something called like."
Color Cross.
Lunar Nights.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
even like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's but I think we've as you can hear, I'm flicking through the magazine now. I think we've gone through and sort of selected our own sort of picks of DS games that aren't kind of that well renowned, but are very much worth tracking down.
I'd give every single one of those games a bash, apart
Yeah.
from maybe that one.
No, it's good.
Really?
Kung Fu Panda on DS is a good game.
Yeah,
You may scoff.
I think you summed it up well in your intro there, where you said, honestly, seriously, Kung Fu Panda.
We
is
haven't
actually
been
all right.
paid a massive bung by the makers of Kung Fu Panda to say this. It is actually good.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's a little sort of Metroid, Castlevania
Get
kind of
away.
platformer. No, it really is. Like, he rolls up into a ball, like to get through little gaps. It's just like a straight
It's just
lift
like
of Metroid. It
and
really is.
Castlevania.
That's
It's true.
I think that's
When
really,
we get, you're going to play
really
it.
interesting how that.
Does he take off his panda suit at the end and it's a woman?
It's a big pink lump of flesh.
That's brilliant how they've ripped off like one of the most.
I'm sure you mean being inspired by and not ripped off.
Yeah, that's a strange thing to do for a movie license, isn't it? Like usually they just bash him out and, oh, here you go, here's a platformer, that'll do. But they put a bit of effort in and still no one bought it.
Well,
It's a real shame.
Whereas on the other hand, I remember when I first joined when and we were reviewing Game Boy Advance games and giving them like 2 pages and stuff like that when there was nothing out
Yeah.
before the Wii came out, and Ant Bully came out on Game Boy Advance, and we were promised it was just like Zelda. I was like,
my God.
Is it? And I played it. I was like, no, it's
The
not.
Ant
It's
Bully.
not actually.
Zelda beta. Jesus.
Phenomenal game. No, it's garbage.
So, within this feature, we've all picked out our sort of personal favourites. Mine, I think I've banged on about this game before. Zookeeper. I just think it's brilliant.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's one of the few games my girlfriend has played and enjoyed. to the point where she was having dreams about moving
Zoos.
animals around into lines of 3, which is
Haven't we all?
which is extraordinary. I think it's a great game, and you probably get it for like £6.
Oh, that's
on the
amazing.
internet.
That's a fantastic game. My
Yeah.
mum plays it all the time as well. Does my head in.
It's
Yeah.
I've not played it. It's basically sort of Bejeweled type
Yeah,
of
Yeah.
more or less.
with animals, which makes it better.
It came out
I prefer
years
animals
and
to
years and
jewels.
years ago as well. I think it was one that among the first DS games, I think. And another one that a member of the team bangs on about a lot is Fire Emblem, Fred.
Yeah, I bang on about this really endlessly, so I won't say any more about it other than it's really, really good.
Yeah, but
Anyone who's not
only
played
if
it
you're a
is-
strategy sort of fan.
No,
right?
anyone.
Anyone.
Everyone.
Anyone would love it.
Man,
No,
woman, and
actually,
child.
anyone wouldn't love it, but it is good. And
Okay,
it probably sold about 4 copies over here, so
If that.
yeah.
yeah. And Simon, Disgaea, how do you say that?
This guy, you got it right first time. Yeah, yeah,
Good.
yeah. that's another that is. I mean, there's so much to it. There's loads of open-endedness to it. You can approach each kind of battle and level in any way you want. It's up to about 100 hours worth of gaming. It's fantastic. Yeah. I mean, I've left it now because there's other stuff to play, but I could
You haven't
go
got 100
back.
hours to
Yeah, I
spare,
could
yeah.
go back and still discover new stuff.
Yeah, and again, you could probably pick it up for pennies.
£8, 9
Yeah.
quid, something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
and it will last you a very, very long time.
yeah.
Chris, your pick was Custom Robo Arena.
Yeah, everyone laughs when I say that. It's great.
Yeah,
It's one of the few first-party Nintendo games that. I think it is.
Well,
The,
they published it,
I'm
didn't
not-
they?
Yeah,
I'm
well.
not sure.
They didn't make it, they published it.
I'm not sure. I'll have to check into that. It's been going since like Super NES days in Japan, but it's kind of like Pokemon, only instead of capturing monsters, you get robot parts and then you use them to put together a robot, and then
You put them in an arena. I'm
yeah, and
guessing.
make them fight people. But you actually get to control the robot instead of just giving commands like a Pokemon. And yeah, it's cool. I'm looking forward to the sequel, Custom Hobo Arena, where you design a tramp to look exactly how you wish. Check it out.
What would be? I can imagine what attacks.
Oh yeah,
you would
bites.
have as a tramp. Just
Straight bite.
just
to the ear.
odor.
Throwing
Abusive
trash.
language.
Abusive
chucks
language,
chucks a bin at you.
scaring kids.
Yeah,
That's
just squatting in your
throwing
landing.
empty booze cans at. Anyway,
Buy it.
let's not offend the homeless
The homeless
anymore.
community, yeah.
Sorry about that. So 4 fairly obscure DS games
Yeah.
that we highly recommend, and there are
Read the
loads
feature
more.
and there are loads more.
Yeah, there are loads out there that you can pick up for
A pittance.
no money. Yeah, so,
But it is it's traditionally like a slow time of year for games. If you've got a bit of money in your pocket and
yeah,
you can't think of what to play,
give them a go.
give 'em a go.
Pick up the
Yeah.
mag, have a look, pick some odd ones. We've done a little box out where you can, with 50 quid, you can get like 6-7 games or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Get
So
yourself
insane, I
on-
just kicked the mic stand.
Yeah, if you get yourself on Amazon, their new and used section, you get really cheap stuff there.
Yeah.
It's the
And we
top
haven't
tip.
been paid to say that either.
No.
It's amazing.
Probably should. We should have got a deal with Amazon.
Yeah, we should
first.
have done. Man, missing opportunities here.
Yeah, shocking.
So there's plenty of stuff in issue 52.
That's the
It's
tip of
on
the
sale
iceberg.
now.
There's a
That is literally
There's a
the tip
treasure
of
trove
the
of-
iceberg.
Yeah, there's loads of ice.
words
There's a
underneath.
hilarious back page
Yeah.
put together by our
Was that fake?
talented
No,
art
I
team.
was genuine.
That was an evil
Good.
laugh.
There's a Pokemon preview in there as well, which leads into next month, which may or may not be a Pokemon review. Who knows?
Oh.
No,
It's early days.
no, it's actually on the next month page, so there definitely will be.
There's a little thing on the next month page saying we reserve the right to lie on this page.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So look forward to
I think in the past, in the entire
Star Fox
history
Wii
of
next month.
in the entire history of O&M's next month pages, we've never ever put something on there which has not showed up in the following month. Have we, Chris?
No, I think every single time the next month page has been 100% accurate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Give or take.
And any
Give or take every game that we've ever mentioned.
let's not go into that.
No,
It's
it's never. We should make it clear that's never our fault.
Yeah.
There are
It
times
was
when
mine,
we'll-
Mather's fault.
Yeah, it's always Mather's fault. We'll put someone on. It was the
Let's
fault.
not name names, but it
Mathers.
was Mathers.
Mathers, Chandra, to an extent, Lee Nutter.
Probably Lee.
Basically
So
all
basically,
their faults.
nothing to do with us.
Just basically,
We're the good
team.
ones.
The team that's left at the moment is the very much
cream.
very much the wheat,
Yeah.
and the chaff has been dispensed of. So Mathers
Absolutely,
and
yeah.
such. That's-
Yeah, so thanks for all your efforts, guys.
Yeah.
You've basically just bad-mouthed all of them in our podcast. That's lovely.
Tom, I don't know.
What? You're going to bad-mouth Tom as well?
Well, I'll say he's still kicking about.
Oh, yeah.
We're working
Yeah,
on getting rid of
Tom-
him. But
Tom's
well,
right.
he'll be out the door fairly soon.
He
don't worry.
just won't take a hint. Anyway,
Right, yeah, we should move on to something that's not highly offensive.
reader questions.
Reader questions. Jordan Weatherby asks,
Good name.
It's a very good name.
Weatherby.
If you had to date any character from a video game, who would it be?
Kung Fu Panda.
Zero Suit Kung Fu Panda.
Sorry, that's
Anyway, well, that's that answered.
Where do you start?
Yeah.
What do you take into consideration?
I don't know.
looks. I would have thought.
Well,
I wouldn't really want
So
to.
shallow, Chris.
No, but we don't have much time
It's
to
what's
get to know
inside
them. do
that
you?
counts.
Is it? What's
Yeah.
inside Kung Fu Panda? Is
Yeah,
a woman.
There's a woman. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what you would base it on. It just depends what you would base.
I
Your
don't know.
Decision on in
I
life.
think saying you'd like to go out with a video game character is a little strange.
It's a tricky one. It's a tricky one
I
as
don't know.
it's a tricky one as a male, as a heterosexual male, because most female characters in games, harsh as it is, are basically designed around their looks rather than their strengths.
Yeah.
What about if you had to go on a mandate with any character?
a fan date.
You know, like a
Or form a bromance.
non-romantic,
A bromance.
romantic date.
A bromance.
Romantic.
Romantic date.
Yeah. Man, I don't know.
Kung Fu Panda.
Again, Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah.
Are we-
It pretty much ticks
is
all
that-
the boxes, male or female. It's Kung Fu Panda.
It's pretty much, well... we're pretty
Ninja Bread
much
Man.
guaranteed.
Ninja Bread Man would be alright.
Yeah.
Because you could just
Eat him.
snap his legs off and he'll never catch you again. You wouldn't get
True.
like the hassle of him pestering you for a second date. You just
Yeah.
snap the legs off and you know he'll never be back. So yeah.
Yeah. I think not in a sort of go on a date romantic sort of way. But I think Toadsworth would be a good laugh.
Toesworth.
Yeah.
Toadsworth looks like he's got a hidden side to him, doesn't he?
I reckon he's got some killer anecdotes. If you get-
He's
get-
been around the block, certainly.
Yeah.
I think he's got a few moves as well.
Yeah.
I think
I bet he's seen some things in that castle.
I think he's handier than he lets
After
on.
a few jars, it all comes out.
I think he knows.
One royal banquet too many.
Yeah, he's got a few moves as well that he doesn't let on.
Absolutely.
I think he's quite the pimp.
So
Anyway.
Well, he's got a big cane, isn't he? I mean,
yeah, that's pretty pimp.
There's an afro under that mushroom as well. It's just, so yeah,
I think we should move on.
Yeah.
Toadsworth
Toadsworth or Kung Fu Panda.
or Ninja Bread Man.
Or Ninja Bread Man, yeah. Okay. Herbert Jamieson asks, what's your least favourite genre? Role-playing games for me. I'll be honest.
Fair enough.
It's just not my bag, sorry.
Strategy. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I just don't have the patience.
2D fighters.
Really?
Hate them.
Sacrilege.
How can... That's just wrong.
I'm not very.
That is wrong.
We're
I'm just not
right.
very good at them. I'm just not very good at them. So
Maybe that's it. I'm not very good at
Yeah.
role-playing games.
I'm sure I'd be awesome.
I just can't be bothered
to.
to can't be bothered to think about what menu to go into and stuff. I don't know, man.
I don't know what all the little two-letter acronyms stand for. Obviously,
Yeah.
HP is...
Hit points.
Yeah, but when there's like SP and LP and PP and
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
BP.
BP,
That's a garage,
you know, it's
usually.
like what do they all mean?
That's where you get petrol. But yeah, everything else. is a bit-
74, you know, RP.
Yeah. So,
What does that mean? Is
clearly-
that good or bad?
Clearly, Fred and I will not be reviewing Pokemon next month.
Pokemon's exception, I would say. I'd quite enjoy RPGs, but I don't usually have the time and patience to
Yeah.
get them. But Pokemon's
Thing is,
exception.
I
always
love
like
Zelda is, I would imagine, classed as an action RPG. It's like an RPG.
Yeah, but
with the dull bits taken out.
basically,
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
is what it is.
I'm all over Zelda, but when it comes,
As in the game, not the character.
yeah, that's your
Yeah.
You
questions
answer
to
the
ask.
last question.
maybe that's my Freudian slip there. Sorry, Zelda.
she's alright.
That would be weird.
She's actually a panda in a human suit, so it's okay.
I'm with Simon on 2D5s as well. Actually,
Really?
I never really got into them.
Yeah.
So we're directly opposed.
Yeah, yeah. They
Chris and I and Fred and Simon
Curious.
forming
yeah,
two opposing.
yeah.
I don't like Sonic the
Armies.
Hedgehog games either. Is that a genre?
Should be.
Well, I'm with you there.
No, I like Sonic. No, maybe not.
I'm
not,
not-
recent Sonic games, but
Yeah.
past ones. Rock Socks.
Quite a few
Yeah.
people on the forum have picked up on our apparent Sonic hate
Really?
Yeah,
recently.
Well, there's an axis dividing the office on that one.
Yeah.
I
On
don't.
one side sits Chris Scullion with his Sonic hat and his T-shirt and his whatnot.
Sonic's cool.
And then
Well, Sonic.
I used to be a massive fan of Sonic. It's just lately I think they should just leave it for a bit and bring out one awesome game rather than bring out 3 a year that are really average.
Be interesting to see what
Yeah.
Project Needle Mouse is like. Sort of
Yeah.
2D turn to roots.
Yeah,
type
no,
thing.
I mean the Sonic and Sega Racing looks good, but that's obviously a different
Yeah, it doesn't really
different
count.
thing entirely.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'd be more into it if they removed his vocal cords surgically,
Yeah, that's the
so he
bit I
never
don't like.
uttered a word ever
It's
again.
like-
He's rad though,
It
Sonic.
used to be rad, bodacious.
and indeed radical.
He used to be radical and bodacious and tubular when he didn't speak, and then as soon as he got this "Hey!" carry on, that kind of put me off him a bit.
Killed it,
Yeah,
killed it
It's
stone dead.
It's
Yeah.
like it's like a. I think I said in the review a while ago. He's like a dad trying to be cool.
Mm.
It's like you're
And
not.
the horrible music as
I
well.
don't mind the music
Nah, it's
so
awful.
much. It's alright. The kids like it, but Tails I hate more. I hate his voice more.
Yeah.
'Cause I know he's 4 years old or something, but we get a point. Surely he's aged a bit now.
Yeah.
I want Tails to sound like Kiefer Sutherland.
Quite,
the Rock.
rough.
Come on, son.
Like
James Earl Jones.
Jones. Sonic.
Jump in my plane. Anyway,
Should we move on?
yeah,
So
please.
that was 5 minutes of moaning about games. Sorry. We do actually like most games.
Yeah.
Well, just to be clear. Well, not most.
Some few.
The good ones. Daniel Wall asks, who is your favourite Mario boss? Mine is the fat grey one from World 6. Nice and specific. In New Super Mario Bros. Wii.
Is that Morton? You mean?
Yeah. Or
Possibly.
Ludwig.
Or
He's fat
Ludwig.
and
Oh,
grey,
Ludwig.
isn't he?
I don't know.
Don't know. So who is your favourite Mario boss? I think, well, actually, on the subject of New Super Mario Bros. Wii, there's that. Well, spoilers. I'm sure everyone's got to it by now. Surely
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
months. There is that one boss battle where you get in the sort of flying. What's that thing?
Oh, the
called?
clown ship.
Clown car
Clown
thing.
flying clown car thing, which is a nice sort of variation on stamping on someone's head 3 times.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty cool.
that was quite
I
cool.
wouldn't say it was my favourite.
Well, that's not that's what the question is. What is your
What
favourite?
is your
And you're going off
favourite
saying
Mario
what's not your
Yeah.
favourite.
Well, I was just basically
Stay on
just
topic.
rambling on there. Favourite? I don't know. I'll come back to it.
Mauser, Mario 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
you were the
Mouse
obscure
with
Mario
ball.
2.
It's not
bosses.
obscure. Mauser's
That
pretty
is,
well known.
yeah. Those boss battles are cool.
He was the first boss, isn't it? That's right.
Yeah,
I think Roy
that's a good one.
Roy Cooper for me out of Super Mario World purely because I fluked it and killed him before. You know how he sort of climbs up the wall. I killed him before he started doing that. So, dead easy.
Good work,
Um,
Frederick.
Do the bits where you got to go down the slides on your bum in Super Mario 64 count as boss battles?
Negative. They count as levels.
What about the shark dude in Galaxy, where you got to chase him around the thing?
Maybe.
I quite like
Yeah,
that.
that counts.
Okay, fair enough.
Or
I
I'm
like
just
the,
trying to
I like the
know.
music.
I do
In, I
remember
like the
when,
music in the Bowser battle in Galaxy.
Yeah,
That was pretty cool.
I do remember my mind being blown when I played Bowser in Mario 64 for the first time.
I
Oh,
know.
grabbing
I
the
know. I
tail.
didn't like
And
it.
you had to
Annoyed
grab
me.
the tail and stuff.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I
Really
didn't
enjoyed
like
that. That was
Really-
analog stick
yeah,
gold.
really
that,
showing
yeah,
off
yeah.
the analog stick.
Yeah.
So long, Bowser. He chucks it.
So
I'm going with one of them from Galaxy.
Okay.
That's as specific as I can get. Maybe that giant spider you got to flick snot at, whatever it is.
Yeah, not the big boulder, the boulder geist.
Bouldergeist, no, he's
He was
annoying.
really annoying.
Poltergeist.
Yeah.
You can do one, but the rest are alright.
Yeah.
Jog on, Bouldergeist.
See if he's in Galaxy 2, 20%
Yeah,
instantly.
that's a warning, Nintendo.
Yeah, Shigsy.
So, after those definitive answers to the world's burning issues, if you have topics you'd want us to discuss next podcast, email us at onm@futurenet.com with the subject heading podcast question. And this month's competition, I'll cover last month first. That would make sense. Last month's prizes were a limited edition Alone in the Dark box set and 3 pro I'm having trouble speaking today.
It's one of those days.
I'm
isn't
very
it?
tired. Limited edition Alone in the Dark box set and 3 Pro Evolution Soccer 2010 condition t-shirts.
What is a condition T-shirt?
It's like the little
when they
coloured arrows.
You know, the
isn't it?
arrows that mark
Players on
whether your players fit or
Which are
near death.
They sound rubbish the way
They
we
do
described
sound
them,
rubbish,
but they
yeah.
are
I'm
actually,
sure they're
they're
good.
actually quite cool.
Pretty funky fresh.
Yeah.
Would you wear one out on a Saturday night?
Oh yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
Oh, you know what I'm like.
Have you worn one out on a
I'd
Saturday
do it.
I
night?
definitely,
Yeah.
I definitely would not. I'll be honest.
I'd wear
I would,
shit, I would. Yeah.
I would,
okay.
I'd stand in Leicester Square and pointing at it.
So last month's question was, who directed the atrocious Alone in the Dark movie a couple of years ago? The answer was Uwe Boll, however you say that. So the winner the winner was Alex Holt from Hampshire,
Yeah.
and the winners of the t-shirts were Ian Boast. Don't get too cocky now. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Stephen Lawrence and Josh Clark. None of the 3 of you provided your address, so please do email it into the same address, onm@futurenet.com.
I'll steal one of the shirts
You've
myself.
what have you written here? So please do, or we will give you your t-shirt to a small bear cub instead, who will no doubt tear it to shreds with its small but perfectly formed bear cub claws.
Club
Yeah.
cause.
See, this is why we don't write down jokes, because I'll just
Yeah, is
I'll
it
just
fair?
Deadpan them.
Picture them.
fumble the delivery. So this month we've got 2 prizes: Bleach the
We
Third
got some
Phantom
bleach to give away.
Oh,
and some
bleach.
Domestos
and
as
some
well.
Mr. Muscle, which is for we.
In case you
No,
got
it's,
some dust on it.
Bleach the Third Phantom on DS, and Chris's cult favourite game, Maestro Jump in Music on DS.
Which is good, and it's not that easy to find, so it's a pretty good prize.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
might turn out to be one of those sort of expensive cult following games that go for loads of money on eBay.
We just got an email this morning from the publishers. Basically, people have been asking since we put the review on the website, where can they get
Yeah,
it?
we
Because
did,
you just can't get it anywhere. But
They sent out a media alert earlier
this
today, didn't
morning,
they?
apparently
Code
you
red.
can get
Alert
it
the
on,
media.
so
This
apparently
game
you
is
can,
out now.
You can now get it on Zavi website and the Hut
And Asda, I think.
website.
Yeah.
But failing that, you could win it.
And it'll probably be very cheap at this point.
Yeah, I
I
would
don't
have
know.
thought so. 7 pence,
Yeah, around that.
give or take
So,
20 quid.
I'm not sure if this is too ambitious. It would be amazing if it happened.
Nah, we'll get it.
This month, I think it's time. We've done 5 podcasts. It's time to drop the bomb. We want you to record and send us a Nintendo-themed rap.
Like the Anfield rap.
Yeah,
I think we should have sweetened the package a little bit. I mean, I don't think because Bleach the Third Phantom on DS, let's be honest,
That's okay.
is pretty rubbish.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Maestro's
Maestro's
good,
amazing.
but it's not good enough
To humiliate yourself,
yourself.
on 2000.
on YouTube.
I
or
think-
whatever.
It won't be humiliating. It'll
Oh,
be
no, it will
like
be.
Jay-Z
we
might be
both
listening.
know. We both know it will be humiliating.
I think
for whoever
if
wins.
it wasn't a competition, or we'd just say to people, send us a rap. Some people would be
Still do it.
dedicated enough and love us enough to do it.
If there's any hip hoppers listening who
If there's
want
any
a
hippos-
copy of the Bleach the Third Phantom on DS, then
Yeah, but it's all about Maestro, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maestro's the deal sweetener.
Okay,
Well,
so how
It's about music.
well, we'll see. We'll see.
Anyone who
I think
sends
we'll
in,
have a spare copy of.
everyone who sends in Nintendo rap, a Nintendo rap will get both games, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, one person though. you're saying every single person that sends in the rap gets both games.
yeah, one person.
One,
obviously.
yeah.
Yeah.
The favourite one will get both games.
And
But
then
that doesn't mean we might not play.
if no one, I can't believe no one would send one in. That'd
No, there will be. There will
That'd be
be.
awesome.
Someone will definitely send one in.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Anyone who sends in a wrap will get an item of Nintendo memorabilia off Chris's desk
Yeah.
of our choosing.
Thanks, Fred. Yeah. You'll get something. You'll get something. At
The
least.
priceless diamond-encrusted Mario
Yeah.
skull.
Just give them some fan mail.
Cartier Mario
Actually,
skull.
I'll put them on the subs list if they've not subscribed already.
Yeah?
I'll give them a subscription. There you go.
Nice.
Look at that.
But that's assuming we
Christmas
pick it.
has come
That's
early.
assuming we pick it
Yeah.
and broadcast it though.
Yeah, we've got to broadcast it,
'Cause
obviously.
you know,
Hang on,
everyone
hang
just
on.
trying to claim a subscription, just be going, Nintendo is great. I like it, and so do my mates.
It's
And
got
then
to
just
have at
sending that
least.
in, that's not enough for a
It's got to have
subscription.
at least 5 rhymes in it, I think,
Yeah.
to constitute a
5
rap.
rhymes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
optional beatboxing, but that's not necessarily.
If it's all done via the medium of mouth, if you've got a friend who can beatbox, that'd be just
Especially if they can
beyond
break in
awesome.
with their
Yeah.
That's even better.
If you get Snoop Dogg to make a guest appearance,
Yeah,
then
drop in
Wow.
a rewind
yeah,
halfway through. Amazing.
we'll,
So
we'll chuck in wheel spin. For
yeah,
free.
we'll chuck in a couple. If you can get Snoop Dogg to guest on your Nintendo rap,
We'll chuck in wheel spin.
we'll give you a wheel spin.
you will be, and also you'll be proclaimed O&M's greatest reader of all time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Until the next podcast.
So, yeah, until the next one. What do you think of something else for you to do?
Conduct a Nintendo themed
yeah.
symphony.
So basically, to clarify, because we just came up with like a million ideas there. Yeah, so basically, if you do a rap and send it in about Nintendo, then the best one gets those games, and any other ones we broadcast will get a subscription.
Yeah, okay, let's do that.
Okay.
But it must have 5 rhymes in it. You can't just go, Nintendo are great. And
Well, they won't win.
Yeah.
If
You're
someone
my
sends-
mate. You know,
If someone
swag.
sends
Yeah.
in low quality rap,
Basically, if we deem it good enough to broadcast in the next podcast,
Okay.
which rhymes, that's my rap. If you want to get on the podcast, it's got to be good enough to broadcast. Brap, brap. Yeah?
so
Give me a subscription.
we're inviting you to get all up in our grills by emailing your podcast rap to onm@futurenet.com. Subject heading podcast 5 rap battle, or getting all up in your grill if you like.
I'll just brap, brap. Here's my mofo rap. That's what it used to be.
There you go. Perfect. So that's that. That was a slog, wasn't it? That competition bit. Whoa. Okay. So we've rambled on long enough. If you're not entering the rap battle or sending questions in, you can still send in your thoughts, ideas, stuff you want us to talk about, anything you like. onm@futurenet.com. Subject header podcast question. Just to remind you, issue 52 is out now, $3.99, 10 posters.
Apparently,
I
they're
have
going
to
to
do
be
this.
all sold out by tomorrow. So you have to
Yeah.
rush to
Yeah.
the shop now.
Get down
and
there.
get
Best get down there.
Don't rely on winning a subscription in the competition.
Yeah. Check out the website, officialnintendomagazine.co.uk. Follow us at Twitter. We are /ONM_UK. And Facebook, facebook.com/officialnintendomagazine. That's it for this month. Speak to you next month. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
See you
Bye-bye.
later.
Goodbye.
Okie dokie. Thank you very much for listening to the podcast. Bye bye.